Get social with us. Follow us on Instagram at Good Taste TV.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Good Taste for the Soul. I'm Tangi Patton. Hope you're hungry because we're talking food today. You know, one of the very best delis in the entire country is in Houston, Texas. It's called Kenny and Ziggy's. It's right there in Uptown. If you watch our show on a regular basis, then you probably saw the interview we did with its owner, Ziggy Gruber. That was just a few weeks ago. He's a wonderful, wonderful man. He has a heartwarming story. So I highly recommend you go back and watch his episode. But I also recommend you visit his restaurant. His food's phenomenal. Everything is made in-house from scratch. They do an incredible job. On a recent visit there, we actually cooked together in the kitchen. And I was excited to find out one of the dishes we were doing were his stuffed cabbage rolls. They're very popular on the menu, and I was excited to see how Ziggy does them because my mom used to make stuffed cabbage rolls when we were growing up, and I absolutely loved them. It was like one of the dinners that was a real treat, right? Well, now, from the master himself, Ziggy Gruber shares and shows us how to make his famous stuffed cabbage rolls. Take a look. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Kenny and Ziggy's in Houston. This is the most incredible deli. If you've never been here, it is worth, I will tell you, a trip to Houston just to check it out. Amazing, and the food's fantastic. And I am with the man himself, Ziggy Gruber, the deli man.
Well, it's a pleasure. I'm glad, Tangi, that you're here. We have Moses over here to help me. But folks, we're going to be cooking some of the things that are near and dear to my heart, and things that I've been cooking for my family for generations. So I hope you come down and you try some of these things, because I promise you're going to really, really enjoy them.
Better than anything you've had in New York.
Oh, absolutely. And remember, that's where I got started. I'm originally from the Lower East Side, but somehow 26 years ago I ended up here, and I'll tell you, it's the best move I ever made in my life.
Absolutely. All right, we're doing your famous cabbage rolls.
Yes.
And I'm not exaggerating when I use the word famous.
You're right. This is where the basically the New York Times said it was the stuffed cabbage and my chopped liver of dreams. So
good stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay. Show us how we make these at home, because it's not real complicated, right? It's just good ingredients.
It's not real complicated, but there's a lot of steps to it.
Okay.
So let's start off one thing at a time. You know, you got to do one thing at a time. We're going to first make the filling. Okay, so we got some 80-20 ground beef, and we're going to do that. So slowly put that into the mixer. Okay.
We're making a lot of them.
Oh, we're going to make a decent amount. Okay, and we got some nice eggs that cost a fortune these days. But listen, what can I tell you? It's like Fabergé over here. So we're going to put that in like so. Okay, then I'm going to get some kosher salt. We're going to put a little bit like that amount. Then I'm going to use some garlic powder. Granulated garlic there, like so. We're going to add just a little pinch of pepper.
Black pepper?
Yeah, there, that's good. Now, we're going to add some chopped onion, white onion I like, okay? You're going to put it in like so. There, good. And then we got to put some rice in there, because the rice is going to get all that flavorful juice and also the sauce that we're going to make, and it's going to bring it into the meat.
And it's already cooked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't put, some people put in, you know, rice that's not cooked. I don't like that
at
all, because sometimes you get it and it's hard.
It's a crunch, yeah.
Yeah, we're not here to make, you know, texture like that. You want it to be really, really nice on the tongue. Okay, and we're going to mix it like so, and we're going to mix it well. So as you can see, it's well incorporated. What we're going to do next is we're going to make the sweet and sour sauce.
All right.
And this is very important, because we use the sweet and sour sauce that we're going to bake it for a lengthy period of time, almost like 5 to 6 hours in the oven. But we also make extra to pour it on top, because it just makes it so luxurious and rich and delicious.
Yum,
and,
all the flavors
and
permeate
you know,
into the meat.
when you taste it, you just want more.
I can
Okay.
adhere to that, yes.
All right. Okay, so now we're going to go over to the stove over there, and we are going to bring all these things.
All right.
Okay. And we're going to get some great, rich Stanislaus tomatoes.
What kind?
Stanislaus. It's a very rich tomato from California. And then we're going to add onions to it.
This time they're sliced, not chopped.
Right. We're going to add sugar. We're going to add white vinegar. Fill that like so. And we are going to let that sit and caramelize and cook all the onions down and all of that good flavor. That's going to be on for about an hour and a half.
All right.
And we're going to first put a little bit of cabbage and sauerkraut just to put on the bottom like so. And Moses is going to put the cabbage. Now, sometimes we get cabbage that are the size of basketballs. We do. And sometimes we don't. Today we don't. So we're putting like 4 cabbage here.
Ah, okay.
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 We're going to do that. We're going to take 1 scoop, and we're going to put about 8 or 9 ounces of that mixture right in the middle of that. Okay?
This is a big cabbage roll.
Oh, yeah. You know, listen, everything at Kenny and Ziggy's
It's
is
huge.
not small. Okay? So
It's
then
huge.
we're going to do it like that. And we're going to do 1. And then naturally, we would do more. We would get all this all filled up. We would add more on the top. And then naturally, we would take our sweet and sour sauce like so, and we would do it all on the top. And when we would have this all filled up, we would put it in the oven. So as you can see, that was only 1 piece, but we don't make just 1 piece. When we make 1,000 at a clip. But it is our signature, and people just love it. And when you taste it, I'm telling you, you taste the essence of true Eastern European cuisine. Here we got one.
Wow.
All right, now, we're gonna give you, naturally, a fork.
Now, is this one order?
This is an appetizer. If you have a main dish, it's 2 of these plus 2 side dishes.
Whoa.
So listen, if you've been married for a long time and you're a dedicated eater, you can come in and you can eat together and you split it.
Yeah.
And we don't charge a sharing charge, so it's not too bad.
Oh, that's nice.
That's great. So look how beautiful that
Oh, it
looks. And you
is.
can see how now the sauce is more caramelized and everything else like that. So I'm gonna cut that for you. Now try that.
That's a giant bite. Go ahead and give it a
You want, okay, well, I'll try even less than that. How about that?
Perfect.
Okay,
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna try a little myself.
Yeah.
Okay,
This thing is huge. And this is the appetizer size.
this is the appetizer size.
All right.
Okay, so, cheers.
Cheers.
Okay.
That is so good.
Now, you see the sweet and sour, how it makes it, and it really does that. Moses, would you like some?
Dig in, Moses. No? No, it's fabulous. You think you're going to get a strong tomato, but you don't.
No, it's a sweet and sour.
Yeah.
And it really makes a difference. And, you know, the key is you really need to cook it for a lengthy period of time so that the cabbage, which is very fibrous, really breaks down. So don't think this is a dish that if you make it, you know, you're going to only do it for like, you know, an hour and a half.
Plan ahead. And we'll have the recipe, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Good. Didn't that look delicious? I can tell you right now, those stuffed cabbage rolls are amazing. The fun thing too about Kenny and Ziggy's food, you can order it online. So you can go to his website at Kenny and Ziggy's, or you can order from Goldbelly, and they deliver anywhere in the country. I recently ordered his chicken matzo ball soup. It is phenomenal. It comes frozen. I keep a few bags of it in the freezer. And when I'm in the mood for a really good chicken soup with the best matzo balls in the world, I pull one out, thaw it, heat it. Super simple lunch. But anyway, everything at Kenny and Ziggy's is phenomenal. And he's a great guy. If you haven't caught the original interview we did with him, we just did it about a month ago. So it's still visible, and it's worth your time. He's a lovely man, and he runs an incredible deli. So amazing. Okay, I wanted to answer some viewer email. You know, the podcast is brand new. We started in late January, and we absolutely love hearing your ideas and your feedback. All right. Cars writes that Old World Deli place looks like it has the best sandwiches I've ever seen. Well, you're talking about Kenny and Ziggy's, no doubt. And it does. Their sandwiches are phenomenal. They're huge, for one thing. When I tell you a pastrami sandwich is this tall, I'm not exaggerating. The pastrami is house-made, in-house everything. Even the bread on the sandwiches is made in-house. He also has a great chicken salad sandwich that I love. And again, homemade bread. I mean, there's just nothing better than a sandwich made with homemade bread. All right, CCZIV. You know, the funny thing about some of these email addresses, you cannot decipher a person's name. But in any event, the comment was, what a lovely man. The problem is what many New Yorkers call delis are actually bodegas. It's very confusing for tourists. I agree. You know, we were just in New York right before Christmas, and we asked a cab driver to take us to his favorite deli. He said, there are no delis anymore. That was from the cab driver, who was a New Yorker. I think in the original interview, if you watched it, Ziggy Gruber talked about that as well. Delis are a dying art form, and I'll call it an art form because any restaurant that's making their own food from scratch deserves that elevation of credit. It truly is something to sing from the mountaintops about. But the delis are going away. There's even a national movement called Save the Deli. You'll probably find it. I think it's on Facebook. It may be on other social media as well. But yeah, delis in this country are going away, but not in Houston. Kenny and Ziggy's is going strong, and it really is worth a trip there. I would say go to Houston just for the food anyway. You know, absolutely go to Kenny and Ziggy's, but Houston's food, I think, I don't think it's received enough praise on the national stage or even the world stage. I think it has the best food. I'd compare it to any city in the country. I absolutely love the food in Houston. It's incredibly diverse choices. And because the competition is so stiff, you have to be on your A game to survive as a restaurant in Houston. And so everyone is on their A game. It's very difficult to get a bad meal in Houston. It's an incredible dining destination. Amazing. All right, back to our viewer comments. I've started pairing wines with my meals just because of your videos. And that's from Emily Loves Wine. Well, Emily, at least I can call you by your real name, I guess. Thank you for the comment. And I love to pair wines with meals as well. I think it's a lot of fun, and there's just something satisfying about I guess it's the knowing that, I made a good choice, you know, and a lot of times the more you learn about wine, it's based on region and terroir, things you may have already learned about specific wines, and you think they might be good with a certain food. It's just exciting. It's fun. And even Eric Asimov talked about that in the recent interview we did with him. He's the chief wine critic for the New York Times. And he said he's kind of come around on that. And now he kind of drinks wines he likes and doesn't get into the pairing as much. But I love the pairing aspect of wine. That's not to say I won't open a bottle I love and just have that with my meal because I love that wine and was in the mood for it. But that's what's fun about wine. It's never constant. It's always changing. And it's a fun topic. And I want to highly recommend Eric's columns, by the way. I'm sure they're behind a paywall of some sort. Well, I know they are at the New York Times, but he's worth it. I mean, if you're into wine, He is one of my very favorite, always has been, wine critics, uh, wine scholars. That may be overstating because he learned like all of us, but he's so well written, and he makes it very approachable, very understandable, and he often offers some suggestions that are under $20 or in that price range. He always has ideas in certain wines, so if you really are fascinated by something you read in his column, you can find the wine. So he does a great job. All right, Vinny. I'm from San Diego, California. I've been all over Texas when I was a trucker. I loved Texas. Very beautiful scenery out there. How is it to live out there? I'm very curious. Well, Benny, it's a lot less expensive to live here than it is in San Diego or anywhere in California, I would imagine. Texas is a great state. Yes, it's beautiful. The different areas of the state are all so different. Even the individual cities. Dallas is nothing like Houston. Austin is nothing like Dallas or Houston. San Antonio is nothing like any of the others. El Paso is very different. Lubbock, Texas, where I was born and went to college, Red Raider fans, is wonderful. There are so many wonderful parts of the state. Oh, and Marfa. Oh, that's another experience all into itself. But I think in addition to all of the beauty and the interest and diversity in the cities, that when you boil it down, it's the people. No matter where you go across the state of Texas, the people are just incredibly friendly. We like people, so I think it shows. Texans smile a lot, and I think I've even read that before. People talk about how friendly Texans are, and they smile a lot. It's true, we do. We're happy. We like it here. I can't imagine living anywhere else, frankly. I love it. All right, I Be Back. That's the name. Why does this channel have only 6,000 subscribers? It should have at least 1 million subs. I agree. Well, we're brand new, and we're grateful for each and every one of you, but that's a great reminder. Subscribe. As you're watching this, look for the subscription button. It doesn't cost you anything. We do not email you. You're not bombarded with anything. You'll just get a notification when we have a new episode that drops, and your subscription definitely means a lot to us. Also, follow us on Instagram at Good Taste TV. And if you're in Texas, by all means, you'll want to catch our TV show. Our TV show is working right now. We're in production on our 11th season of Good Taste with Tangi. Can you believe it? Wow. It's a fun ride. Well, all of you, thank you so much. Love getting your feedback, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day and week. Till we see you next time right here. Cheers to good taste.
Get social with us. Follow us on Instagram at Good Taste TV.